May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
It's not exactly morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, Ravi Kumar MEHROLIYA.
Yes, sir.
Please take a seat, Ravi.
Thank you so much, sir.
Could you give us a brief introduction, please?
Sir, my name is Ravi Kumar MEHROLIYA. I belong from Bulandshahr, UP. However, I was born and brought up in Rupnaranpur, Hindustan Cables Township, West Bengal, in Bardhaman district. After that, I did my schooling from there itself till class 12th. Then I got selected in NIT Jaipur for doing my electrical engineering. And after passing out, I got selected in Adani Power as graduate engineer trainee. And then I resigned from that, and now I'm working with NTPC from last 12 years and posted in Greater Noida.
Right. We haven't got all your.
DAF 1 is not there.
So,
How many attempts?
how many attempts?
So this is my fourth attempt and first PT, first interview.
And when is the interview?
It's on 15th of February.
Oh, so you have a month from now.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about this term Ponzi scheme. How does a Ponzi scheme work?
So Ponzi scheme is actually a business marketing skill wherein different companies are using that idea to give a lucrative job opportunity or in a term financial opportunity to people who are interested in, and they basically invest some amount in which you have to invest also, as well as start bringing some more people into that scheme so that the horizon can be expanded. And then this leads to a multi-level marketing wherein cloud is developed, and that cloud is not that financially stable and may lead to some disrupt of the actual organization as such, as well as loss for the people investing in that. Example of that is chit fund scheme, as well as
Give me some examples from West Bengal.
so chit fund scam, sir, and Sarda scam.
So essentially, you don't have any productive investment, right? It's just a rotation of the money.
Exactly, sir.
Have you heard of you've got geography as your optional, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of the term sixth mass extinction?
Yes, sir. I've heard, sir.
Tell me something about it.
Sir, sixth mass extension. Sir, there have been extensions from like the time since the Earth was born, and then those extensions include extensions such as the dinosaurs which were there. There have been extensions more in which the whole geography as well as the conditions over Earth has been changed, and now the sixth mass extension is supposed to come, which may be coming because of the reason of climate change and global warming.
So, what is the rate of this mass extinction as compared to earlier extinctions? Are you aware?
Sir, I'm not actually aware about the rate, but I believe that this is gonna come real soon, because the terms in which we
No, it is already happening. It's not going to come real soon. It's already happening. Read up on this a little more, huh?
Sure, sir.
My final question to you: rule of law. What is meant by this? There are three components of the rule of law. Can you list them for me?
So, as far as I remember, rule of law was given by A.V. Dicey, Sir A.V. Dicey, and the first rule is about that a person cannot be given self-incrimination.
No, you're on the wrong track. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. रवि मेहरोलिया.
Yes, sir.
गुड. आपके बड़े अच्छे अच्छे शौक हैं यार. OTT एक्सपोजर टू न्यू कंटेंट, फिटनेस करते हैं आप, वेट ट्रेनिंग एंड कैलिस्थेनिक्स, watching motivational, playing musical instruments like piano,
Yes, sir.
right?
Right, sir.
Which old instrument inspired piano?
Sir, I believe harmonium.
Believe नहीं है, believe से नहीं, है ना? Anyway, okay. Piano, which kind of piano do you play?
Sir, I actually play keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm learning keyboard basically.
You are learning keyboard,
Yes,
and
yes.
so therefore you may not be familiar with piano per se.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But being an engineer, do you know how many parts it would have?
Sir, how many parts, as in the chords and notes?
Moving parts in a piano.
Moving parts, sir.
Anyway,
don't know, sir.
let's. You are in your subject was geography,
Yes, sir. Optional.
and you are in Bengal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you understand by mangroves?
Sir, mangroves are found in. These are plants which are having an exposure of roots from the marshy soils, and they basically are very much important for our ecosystem, and they are present as far say of Bengal is concerned in Sundarban areas, and ecologically sensitive they are, sir.
Why are they sensitive ecologically?
Because their existence is very much crucial for maintaining the ecosystem of that particular area where they are present.
Why?
And
What will happen to Bay of Bengal if there was no Sundarban or it got submerged? What will happen?
sir, actually the mangroves, the presence of mangroves in Sundarbans basically provide a habitat for the animals over there, as well as it provides a counter for the waves or the sea waves, which may become more like it can destroy the ecosystem over there, sir.
Like any animal or any particular animals for mangroves?
Sir, I am aware about Sundarban and the Royal Bengal tiger over there, so that is an important species which may get affected.
Have you been to Sundarbans?
No, sir, I didn't get a chance to
Oh,
visit there.
you don't. Have you heard of the tiger widows of Sundarbans?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of
You haven't. All right, no problems. Calisthenics.
calisthenics.
Calisthenics is basically what kind of an exercise?
Sir, it is an exercise which gives
Anaerobic or aerobic?
sir, it's an aerobic exercise.
Aerobic.
Aerobic.
Why? Why do you say it's an aerobic?
Because the metabolism which is happening inside the body is using oxygen. So in the presence of oxygen, the disintegration of the of the energy molecule happens. That's why.
That's why it's an aerobic
Sir.
aerobic exercise and not anaerobic.
Sir, it's an aerobic exercise, sir. My knowledge about this is
You do calisthenics? लगता
Yes,
तो
I
नहीं
do.
है आप करते हैं.
Sir, I do, sir.
Have you ever done burpees?
Yes, sir, I have done burpees.
Demonstrate. Okay, now tell me, yeah, fine, you have done burpees, but burpees is anaerobic or aerobic?
Sir,
Anyway.
as far as my knowledge goes, sir, I think it's aerobic. Thank you so much.
No, it's anyway, it's anaerobic, but if you do for longer duration for your muscle strength
Yes, sir.
and flexibility and all, then it can become aerobic.
Okay.
Right? Anyway, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
It's perfectly all right. So, have you heard of the semiconductor mission?
Yes, sir, I have heard.
What is that? What advantages will accrue to India by this mission?
Sir, India's electronic industry is flourishing right now, and we are heavily dependent upon China. And for that, we are investing or putting a lot of money of our foreign reserves into that. So, if we develop our semiconductor industry, which will definitely give a boost for the local manufacturing industries, and it may lead to the longer sustainable vision of putting India into the global arena of 5
But
trillion.
these are very basic, 26 nanometer, 28 nanometer.
Yes, sir.
क्या होगा इससे? Cutting edge तो कुछ हो नहीं रहा.
Sir, even though they are basic, but still there have been few like development in this area of semiconductor industry, and the definitely, so this is going to help India, because the advancement of semiconductor as well as electronic industry is pretty huge, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ravi.
Good
How are
afternoon,
you
sir.
doing today?
I'm doing good, sir.
Ravi, I find that you are a BTech engineering, Malvi NIT Chapo.
Yes, sir.
Now, there was a big ad today in newspaper on electricity. Did you have a look at it?
So I didn't got a chance to
Some
look
of the
at it.
achievements which the Honorable Minister, who is the Minister by the way? Uh,
Mr. R.K. Singh, sir.
yes, it's his picture there also there in that page.
Sir,
Okay, let's.
okay.
You don't remember. Okay, if I have to ask you, what are the salient characteristics which Mr. Singh has been trying to portray on that page? The major achievements which India has witnessed over the last 1 year.
Sir, I haven't gone through the newspaper, but
No,
the
I'm asking
achievements,
you. I'm
yeah,
asking you. You
the
should be knowing.
achievements which R.K. Singh sir might have been portraying on that newspaper.
No, what you know. I want to know how much you do know about what has been the achievements on the on this front.
Sir, India has been putting a forward foot in terms of putting a mega scale kind of target of solar, and the thermal industry right now is also like given a push, because we cannot totally depend upon solar. So rural electrification has also been achievable, because we have done quite a tremendous.
I'm talking about achievements. What have been the achievement in terms of numbers? You have any idea?
Sir, as our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir has given us a target of 450 gigawatt by 2032. So we are right now at a stage of around 115 gigawatt of solar and wind, and rural electrification has been done, sir, I guess 100%. And in terms of
All right. All right. Now, there is one thing which was very prominently announced by the minister. They said that one grid, one frequency.
yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
Sir, the whole country is being formed as a one grid. Earlier, sir, there were zones in the which.
So, I'll interrupt you. One grid, one nation. Have we achieved that?
So we haven't achieved that, sir, because the whole.
So, what was the last linking in that grid?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware, sir.
South to the central. Okay. Now, keep going now.
So
So
the
what does it mean? Frequency, one grid.
sir, one frequency, one grid, in terms of, sir, connectivity as well as the balance of the whole system. Then the frequency of 50 hertz is considered to be a single frequency, which
And
is.
what are we maintaining now?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware, sir.
60.
Okay, sir.
Anyway,
Okay.
go forward. Then what's the purpose? How does it help?
Sir, there have been situations wherein we have seen an situation where the load distribution among the whole grid has been not as that balanced, because there have been points where injection is very high and the draw are also very high at some points. So this leads to the whole disbalance of the system, in which different frequencies interact, and then that may.
Fine, fine. Ravi, what do you mean by smart grid?
Sir, smart grid is a network in which we can connect our equipments and machines and the electrical appliances, which may be used the technology known as Internet of Things, and it can help us in putting.
Can you give some examples?
Sir, like when you use your phone, you can connect
In
your.
terms of smart grid, I'm asking in terms of smart grid.
Sir,
You
putting.
are an electrical engineer. I would
Yes, sir.
expect answer from that area.
Sir, smart grid is using the system of battery energy storage system, which.
Okay, my final question coming on to you. You come from West Bengal, you had your education in Bengal.
Yes, sir.
What are the key economic indicators of West Bengal? Bullet points, just 3 key indicators.
Economic indicators, sir.
Of course.
Sir, West Bengal's economy is primarily driven by agriculture, and the second point is that it is not that good in software and IT industry because just a single company TCS is over there. And third, sir,
What has been the GDP growth for West Bengal
sir, I'm not.
and their contribution to the national GDP? No idea. Anyway, I pass on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ravi,
Yes, sir.
morning.
Morning, sir.
What is the reason of season change? When seasons change, why do they change? I want answer in one line.
So, the revolution of the earth around the sun is the region of.
No, completely wrong.
So, so the,
You're a student of geography.
yes, sir.
This is a very basic thing in geography. Why does season change? Because of tilt of the earth.
Because of the tilt of the earth, which is
But
at,
that is the only answer.
yes, sir. The earth is tilted at 23 degree, and
Okay.
yes, sir.
What do you mean by resonance frequency of an AC circuit?
Sorry, sir. I'm not aware.
What is a halo orbit?
Hello.
Oh,
Sir, this is associated with the Aditya L1. which-
okay.
Yes, and it is found. It is in the orbit of the sun at a point wherein the.
Orbit of the sun.
Sir, we are putting Aditya L1 at a
Okay.
point
Okay.
which is named as halo orbit or the L1.
No, that's not correct to say. What is an halo orbit? Even if you say L1 is fine, L1 is a point. Okay. So where is halo orbit? What is the importance of halo orbit? You are an engineer and you are also studied geography. It should be very easy.
Sir, I believe the orbit in which the gravitational force of the sun and the earth is countering each other and putting a zero field of gravity, wherein our satellite or whatever thing we are sending can be there at a stable point.
At a stable point. So it is stationary, it is not moving?
Sir, it is moving, but
Where is it moving?
sir, if we see from the earth, it is at a point which, in terms of sir,
If you don't know, said you don't know. I'll move on to another question.
Sir, I have read about it, but this I'm a little confused right
All
now.
right. So if I say
Yes, sir.
that the halo orbit is the orbit at L1 in which the satellite is moving, where is the centripetal force coming from?
Sir, the satellite's own centripetal force.
Where satellites don't have centripetal force. Satellites have centrifugal force because of their speed of rotation. Where is the centripetal force coming from? You are an engineer. Gravitational attraction of sun, gravitational attraction of earth. The resultant force will provide the centripetal force on which it will move around that L1.
Okay, sir, I was not aware, sir, actually.
You are an engineer. The moment you heard halo's orbit, you should have tried to analyze where it is moving. Okay, what is the difference between L1 and L2?
Sorry, sir.
Okay,
I'm not aware.
three important achievements of the G20 meeting that was held in India in 2023.
So the first achievement is that we got a consensus signed from.
Okay, one.
Yes. And second, India has shown that it can be a leader per se, wherein giving impetus to becoming a global leader. And
That's not correct. to say it this way. You can say South-South cooperation.
South-South cooperation.
And the third? African Union was made.
African Union was included into the G20 forum.
Ravi, your optional is geography.
Sir.
Okay, firstly, tell me 4-5 ways how geography impacts human behavior.
Sir, the habitation of humans itself is dependent upon the geography. The environment in which they feel comfortable. Suppose sir, if they are in India, as for example, if India is concerned, then the people over there have a tendency to live in an area which is, even though it's a tropical country, but they tend to live in those areas which are not that much climatologically they are not suitable. Like the northernmost area of Himalayas, they are not that much habitable, so the people tend to live down south. That is the impact of geography on human behavior, as well as culturally.
Give an example for culture.
Sir, the dress and
What is culture?
so I exactly don't know the definition, but
In general terms, I'm not asking for definition.
sir, the application of living together and with a certain
You were giving the examples.
I'm not getting it right now, sir.
Okay. You cannot think of any other way geography impacts human behavior? You have been related to 3 states, right?
Yes, sir. So the food.
Okay, Ravi, coming to your hobbies, you have mentioned a very interesting hobby, watching motivational OTT web series.
Yes, sir.
What is the theory of motivation? What is motivation?
Sir, when you have a certain goal in your mind that you want to achieve something, then there has to be a push from inside. That's something which keeps the fire on. So that is motivation.
Why a person needs motivation? Why any human being needs motivation?
So the state of mind of a person cannot be the same all the time. He can be in some positive frame of mind, but as well as some demotivation things can also impact the behavior of the person. So motivation helps in putting the frame of mind of a person into that zone wherein he may be, even though he may lag the speed, but he will definitely achieve the goal in which he has set in his life.
Are you aware of types of motivation?
No, sir, I'm not aware of that.
External, internal, extrinsic, intrinsic motivation.
Okay.
Okay, what was the latest web series you watched on OTT?
Sir, I have watched the web series named The Railway Men, which was basically a series which depicted how Bhopal Gas tragedy and the role of Indian Railways per se was there, which helped in evacuating a lot of passengers.
How it motivated you?
So the actors, even though they were in the situation which was actually going to make themselves feel we myself die or succumb to the situation, but that is not the exact reason you are there. You have to help others first, and then you are going to help yourself. So putting others' importance is what I learned from that web series.
How many people
Yes, sir.
you personally have affected in your life or you have helped?
So in terms of numbers,
Not in terms of number, just a general.
so there are not many, but I think more than 20-25 people.
Any one example you can say? This will be my last question.
For motivation, sir? Sir, there have been cases associated with my not direct family, but my far relatives, which are basically totally exhausting themselves into alcohol.
Okay, Ravi, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Ravi, we come to the end of our formal interaction.
Yes, sir.
We will now give you a detailed feedback, but prior to that, some questions. When is your interview?
So 15th of February.
15th of February, yes, I have noted it here. And fourth attempt, first interview, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is your assessment of how you performed today?
Sir, I think the knowledge base is lacking and I have to get myself prepared with those keywords which are definitely gonna throw to me when the actual interview happens.
Okay, let me start with the basics. Firstly, you will unbutton your coat when you come, when you sit down for the interview.
Okay.
Please unbutton.
Okay.
Right? You will wear a suit, you will wear a tie which is buttoned up, right? Your
Yes,
shirt
sir.
which is buttoned up,
Yes,
and you'll
sir.
wear a tie. You will wear matching shoes, so if you're wearing this kind of a color scheme, it should be black shoes. Please see that your pants are tailored properly and don't bunch up at the
Okay.
ankle. All these things are very important.
Yes, sir.
Clean shaven, hair neatly combed. We want an officer to come in. We don't want an aspiring candidate. And please realize also that they are essentially, it is not a question answer session. It is not something which is we are trying to assess your knowledge as such. We are looking for officer like qualities in you. And what are those qualities? Integrity comes first, so no guessing. Conceptual clarity, very important. And I'll give an example of how conceptual clarity can come in one of the questions I asked. I'll use that as an example. Logical thinking, balanced opinions, poise and self-confidence, awareness of yourself, your district, state, the world, all these come into the mix.
Yes, sir.
See, the questions are only like keys to unlocking your personality. And the idea is to have a civilized discussion. It's not an interrogation, right? So what you need to do, take some 100 of these A4 size sheets. Think of all the possible questions that can come, and they come from your CV, they come from your current events and from your subject,
Yes, sir.
also from your job, if any. Make a question bank, then for each topic do a deep dive, study it in all its ramifications, and then just reduce it to 4 or 5 bullet points in order of priority, right? After that, sit in front of a mirror and practice till you have that confidence and that fluency. You at that stage should know that yes, I am at a stage where I can make the maximum impression. Now, rule of law. You went completely off track, which meant that you had not, in fact, done any study of this at all. If you have not done any study of this at all, then just say that, sir, I need to read up on this. I would like to have that opportunity. I am not in a position to answer just yet. See, you were correct in saying that it was A.V. Dicey who articulated those 3 principles. What are those 3 principles? Now, this is where that business of bullet points comes in. Supremacy of the law, equality before the law, and predominance of the legal spirit.
Yes, sir.
Then there can be a follow-up question. How is rule of law different from rule by law? So that is when the perspective comes in that all the ramifications you should know. Right? So again, go into it in depth.
Into depth.
And Ponzi scheme, for instance, 6th mass extinction, all these things, if you just have the bullet points with you, you will be able to smoothly sail through the interview. Best of luck. I'm sure you'll do very well.
Sir, in terms of throwing questions when it comes to give a point-wise answer, suppose just 1 point or 2 point out of 3 or 4 are coming, then should I attempt it or should I let it go Okay, sir, I actually.
That is a call you'll have to make on the basis of what the question is. But I would suggest if you have a part answer, you give that. It's better than giving nothing at all. But it should not be something which is completely off track. Like rule of law you attempted, it was completely off track. That is not what rule of law means at all. So if you're reasonably sure that yes, this part of the answer is correct, then you can give that answer and say that, sir, I'll need to read out the rest in more detail.
Is this your first mock interview?
Yes, sir.
So please take all these things that sir has
Definitely, sir,
said.
definitely.
Very practical and useful tips.
Yep.
And I'm sure you will improve very fast.
And then maybe after maybe 10 days or so, you can attempt another mock. Don't give too many mocks one after another in an attempt to build up your confidence. It will do your confidence no good at all. Work on this, and then maybe after 10 days take another mock and see where you have reached.
That's better.
So actually I was thinking that to bring the fluency in whatever you are saying, this fear of facing the panel should be like
Unless you
avoided.
know the subject matter, how will you be fluent?
Exactly.
And then, the more mocks you give, the more different pieces of advice you'll get, and then you'll get totally confused. Don't sit in the stiff posture.
Okay.
Sit like this normally, right? And your legs should be a little closer together. It's a formal interview, so your formal setting. Put your legs a little closer. Closer. Yeah. No, again your hands are gone there. Aram se better with your spine touching the back of the chair.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, look like an officer, behave like an officer, and nail it like an officer. Ace the interview. All the best.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
All the best.